It is an incredibly bright day in LA, so let's walk and talk about Bill Maher's little catfight with CNN. He recently sent out this tweet: "If CNN has one more breaking news that nothing happened, I'll lose it. Freaking people out is what terrorists want. Cable news is ISIS's best ally." Maybe not their best ally, but it does seem to be an ally when they do the work of terrorist groups by spreading their message. Now, this is something that I want to talk about, not because I particularly care about Bill Maher's opinion on it, or I particularly care about one thing that CNN has done. This is really part of a pattern, I think, in terms of the media feeling the need and the responsibility, which they do have, to report on what's going on around the world, whether it has to do with terrorists or something other than terrorists, and then having to place a limit somewhere on what qualifies for your coverage. And it's something that I've had to think about both in terms of my own channel and in terms of what we do on the Young Turks. We don't know exactly what does qualify, and so we've had to sort of learn as we've went. Now, if something big happens with ISIS, if we launch a military campaign against ISIS, if they move into a country they haven't been in, I think that we need to report on that. Like, people need to know that. But when it comes to showing, videotapings of people being drowned or pushed off of buildings or burned alive, does that need to be shown? And it's something that I've been thinking about today. Now, there are people on YouTube who put it up because they believe that, people, I guess, don't get how brutal ISIS is, and so we need to show them. I think that most people probably get it at this point. There are other people who put it up because legitimately people want to watch it. I would say that the people who do it for that reason are playing to the most, barbaric instincts of humanity, and they'll probably make quite a bit of money off of it, but I don't know that they're exactly doing anything good for journalism in doing that. But you can see these videos, like search on Google, search ISIS execution video, and you will find dozens and dozens and dozens that'll have hundreds of thousands of views, if not millions of views. And that's worth a lot of money to these people who use it for that reason. But I refuse to do that. And I do think that at this point we've moved past filming or showing, I should say, most ISIS execution videos. Because that is legitimately, and pretty obviously, I think that they're pretty clear about it, this is just propaganda for ISIS. And so to spread that for them does seem to be sort of being the PR wing of a terrorist organization. But at the same time, last week, ISIS committed multiple attacks around the world. And then the day after that, they suddenly attacked multiple military and police outposts in Egypt. And I felt like we did need to talk about that, particularly in Egypt, where they were legitimately attacking the military there. That's important. We need to talk about that. And as I said earlier, we have this discussion every day in the Young Turks. And so at this point, I'm just this is stream of consciousness. I'm just telling you what I think about when choosing which stories to cover. And I am interested in your input. What sorts of stories about terrorists and terrorist attacks are worthy of coverage and which are not? What do you want to know about, and what do you feel like you either already understand, or it would be either propagandistic or sadistic to even show the news or these videos? I would really much like your input at this point. So, leave me some comments. You can tweet me at John Iadarola. I would love to know what you think about this. Thanks for walking and talking with me.